It's Monday. Yes, it is. It is. And this is episode 80. It's April 23rd, 2018. Yes, I got that right. I had a while. It took me a while to do this cartoon, not of actual drawing time as usual. I just could not really get into my zone. At first, I had to figure out which angle I wanted to use. Some of this was not recorded in the making of this thing, like the lettering was not. I had another idea. Even when I turned on my Surface Pro to start drawing, I had a totally different idea. And after I turned it on, I got this idea. And then I paced around a little bit. Like, should I do this? Should I do not? Should I do this? Should I do the other one? And then I even went back and redid the lettering after I did the lettering. You're going to see it change. And then right here, I realized that my Kim Jong-un, he was way too tall. I mean, he wasn't standing up, but still he was appearing way too small. I needed to make him, like, way shorter. And I couldn't get the body angle. What? I didn't even record drawing him? Man, I suck today, don't I? Oh, there's some things that I wanted to do with this cartoon. This might be why I did this over the other idea. And that was because I wanted to draw the North Korean skyline. The Pyongyang skyline. We're going to talk about that in a minute, because it's kind of unique. I also decided to make his hair look more like his actual hair. And what the style it is. I mean, I still wanted to make it look funny, even though it already looks funny. Like Trumpian funny. Oh. But I was thinking about this issue, and you know, if North Korea, who has lied to us before and played us, everything, if they think there's ever an opportunity to trick the United States and get something out of it, wouldn't now be the time? I mean, when you get Donald Trump in office, and we already know that they do not respect Donald Trump. I mean, they issued an official statement from the government was that he's a dotard. I mean, and I guess it's official if Trump tweets something. I guess it's an official presidential statement for him to be called a little rocket man, as dumb as that sounds. But yeah, we know that he does not respect them. I was reading about this issue and about all the locations. You know, Mongolia was one. Of course, we can't do it in Pyongyang. Who wants to go there? Can't trust him. Can't do it in South Korea either, because that wouldn't be neutral territory for the North. Definitely wouldn't do it in Japan, and we don't want to do it in China. But the other thing is that how is Kim Jong-un going to get to the summit? Because apparently, even though he's the leader of his nation and he has, you know, all the money and the wealth, he doesn't really have any airplanes that can do the trip. They can't really make it. Might have a tough time getting to Europe, and he's not going to fly commercial or borrow an airplane from another government. That would just be humiliating. But they were talking about neutral places like Switzerland and Sweden, because both of those nations have embassies in our country and North Korea, even though there's not a lot of countries with embassies in North Korea. But Switzerland and Sweden are two of those, and they've historically been neutral nations. Neither one is in NATO. So, but they'd be good locations, but Kim might have trouble getting there. Hell, he went to Beijing on a train. Didn't even fly there. So they're talking about, or there's talk, I don't know if any government's talking about it, but they're talking about in the press about it being in Vietnam or Singapore. We'll see. I'm interested in that. I was also interested in the skyline of North Korea. And you know that building right there is a Rongyang Hotel. I don't know if I said that correctly, but see, I made his hair, try to make his hair look more like it actually does. But the Rongyang Hotel was they started building it in the 80s, the late 80s. And it's 105 stories. And it might look like it's like too big for the other buildings there, like it's out of proportion. It's really not. Go look up a photo of it. And it is the largest unoccupied building in the world, I believe. It's definitely the largest unoccupied hotel. They stopped working on it for a few years, and it went like several years without having windows. in it. And it's supposed to have all these revolving restaurants and junk, and but there's nobody in it. There's nothing's rented in it. All the rooms are empty. It's like worse than a Trump hotel. But it's huge. It's huge. The other landmark there is the Juice Tower. Juice. That's like their religion there, which is the religion of the Kims. North Korea and Pyongyang, they wake up the entire city by playing this weird, creepy music every morning. Every morning. They call it the North Korea wake up song. And imagine if you had to wake up to this every morning. It plays when the sun comes up. I just made this cartoon creepier, didn't I? I don't know if they do that in other cities in the nation, but they do it in Pyongyang. Alright, gonna go say that this is episode 80. I'm gonna go look at 79 and look at do some shout outs. I'm gonna go with Robert Coutinho, who gave me a lesson on how to pronounce dossier. Dozier is a like lingerie, dozier, I don't know. And Ariel wanted to jump in and do it too, but then she said that it wouldn't be nice, whatever. And then Kwana was my favorite commenter, just because she said she would like this cartoon. And so many iconic images, and she just lifted at that. Alright, that's all the shoutouts for the day. I'm going to give one to Akinta, because she's still like a week behind, and she's playing catch up. And she comments. The other thing about the skyline that is interesting is that there's really a lot of yellow, green, and pink buildings in Pyongyang. Even though it's kind of scary, I'd still like to visit the city someday. Just, even with that creepy music, just to see what it's kind of like. Though I'd like to come back, so I don't know about that. If I ever get to travel like a real journalist, maybe. But, did you want to hear some more of that music? Did you? You guys are weird. This video playing it's like 5 minutes long. I used to wake up my ex-wife because she wouldn't get out of bed some days. It's really difficult, and we'd have to get to work. So I would play "Come On Eileen" in by Dixie's Midnight Runners, and I play it really, really loud. And that was her like most hated song ever. So I'd play it in the other room really, really loud, which would make her get up and go turn it off. It does kind of puzzle me that she never did destroy the CD or hit it. I think if I hated it that much, I would have hit it. I still kind of like it though. Don't, boom, 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 boom. I wonder if she divorced me. So I used to actually make up songs to wake my kid up with, so I'm not going to sing it to you though. That's when he's real little. I probably wouldn't do it today. But I didn't like the clipboard either, and I changed the clipboard, and then for some reason it just kind of came out just like it was. And yeah, these generals, they really do have that many medals on their uniforms. In fact, I didn't give them nearly as much as they actually have. It's interesting when you Google stuff, like North Korean generals. It's crazy. And we're almost done with this video. Hey folks, I think we're about done. We're coming to the image now. I want to thank everybody for coming by today. Thanks for putting up with the music, if you want to call it that. Here's your cartoon. Do me a favor and please click likey. And if you watch the video, leave a comment. I'd like to see a new name down there. That'd be cool. And subscribe to the YouTube channel. It won't hurt or take much of a commitment out of your life. You know, it's not like a real relationship. It kind of is for some people. Anyway, goodbye.